Alrighty guys, welcome back to Old MTG, and today we're bringing you another podcast, episode 4. I'm with my friend Tim today, and we're going to discuss the top 16 decks of Tournament 53 and Tournament 54. Do you want to say hello, Tim?
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Cool, mate. So I think you've done a lot of good work here. Let's look at Tournament 53 and discuss each deck.
Yeah, so X Points Tournament 53 was in July, last summer, 2025. We got another top 16,
Felix
and we're
again.
seeing a lot of the same names here, Terry. You recognize these guys?
Alright, let's look at Felix's deck then. See what
Yeah,
changes
we
he's
got
made.
Felix. The deck, as they call it.
Mm.
Let's see, he's here, right here on the left.
So his sideboard's looking a little bit different by the looks of it. He's playing, he's got 3 red blast, 3 blue blast. He was playing an archaeologist in the sideboard. He's took that out. He's got the preacher back in there by the looks of it. Because I think he took it out and then he's now brought it back in. He's got the disrupting scepter, the millstone as another alternate win condition. Like the falling star. Me and you discussed that last time actually. They're playing a lot more falling star either in the main or in the sideboard. What do you think about that, mate?
Um, it's almost main deckable, and hence he does have one in the main deck, and I can understand that in this meta. It's like a 2 for 1, against mini decks. Same with Earthquake, and it doesn't do damage to you. The only downside about the card is it won't do damage to an opponent if you're playing more like an aggro strategy. But in his deck, in Felix's deck here, he's not really concerned about doing damage to his opponent, so it's a fine card.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he's got a nicey manipulator in the main, which I'm not sure he had that last time, if I'm honest.
He has the 2 meat stones. I
Mm.
want to say he's always had icy with a couple of meat stones the
Oh,
past
is
several
he?
months.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Obviously, he's always had the Feldon's Cane in there to reshuffle everything back in.
Mhm.
Um, he's got the free 2 Sylvan. Surprised he hasn't got more Sylvan in there actually with the Ivory Towers. As a like a for drawing cards, but I suppose he has got the Ancestral Recall. Um, and then he's obviously got the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sweet package. Obviously, he's not playing the Maze of Ith still, and it seems to be doing really well, getting into the top 16. So, uh, yeah, really sweet deck, and Felix has been
Yeah.
playing it for a long time, and he's doing well with it. So,
Yeah. He just wants to lock down their big guys with meat stones, and the little guys are going to die to bolts, quakes, stars. He can still take out big guys with the links or sorry, the swords and the spirit link. He's those 2 reverse damages and the counter magic. He's and the ivory towers. He's got so much life gain.
yeah,
It
yeah.
hardly burn him out, and he's still got 5 counter magic.
With that
So
life gain, he can use that to draw extra cards to the Silver Library. So,
that's right, and just so card advantage with Loa and Sylvans and the life gain, and it's a nasty deck. I'm actually thinking with the amount of appearances we've seen him in these 2025 X points. I'm thinking maybe giving something a try. It's surprisingly very good.
I mean, like I said, I played it without the Sylvans and very similar version, and I ended up going 4-2 with it first time I tried it. So, it's a pretty sweet deck, to be honest.
Yeah, so there's Felix again.
Cool.
And let's see who else we had. Next, we had Rich Aravello with 4 color him
Yeah.
making another appearance. I want to say he's been in there. This is the 7th month of X points for the year. He's been in there at least half the time, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think he has done, mate. He's done really well, really, really well, actually. This is a very sweet list, very similar to your list, actually, isn't it?
I just played Red Black him just
Mm,
to simplify the mana base. This one is more of a greedy mana base, but he has definitely has all the good cards in these 4 colors.
yeah, I like the control magics in the main. The 2 counter spell could be useful as well, saving them in a pinch, especially if you're ahead. You could just let
Yeah.
certain things resolve that you don't care about, and then use the counter spell when you need to.
One Darylor. What do you think about Darylor? With still has quite a bit of black spells. What do you think about
Mm,
that?
it's a, uh, I suppose it's not so bad if there's not like a mono black build, but yeah, it can be quite hard to cast those Jusums and him to Torax late game if he's got a Darrell in play.
Yeah, I was looking. I'm thinking, it doesn't seem to bother his mana that much because if he already has 4 mana to play the Duralore,
Mm.
so he's got 4 mana. So hymns would cost 3, hippies cost 4.
Sengir would be a lot more, like 6 mana is
Sengir
excessive.
would cost 6, and he's only got one Sengir, and Juzams would cost 5. So I don't think it really hurts him too bad, except for the Sengir is going to be triple black,
Mm.
and the Juzam would be triple black as well. That's the only thing, but it's just a one of, and I think it probably works just fine. Heck, he's been making a lot of playoffs. One thing I noted is only 2 sinkholes. What do you think about just 2 sinkholes?
I think there's a lot of decent lands in the format that you want to deal with. So I suppose he has got the third one in Strip Mine. I don't know. Like maybe having one more Cinco on the sideboard might be useful. Um, yeah, maybe think about having the fourth one, maybe.
Yeah,
Um,
it's funny. I arrived at a similar conclusion to Rich when I was testing a black red troll deck with hymns. I found with the strip mine and the chaos orb and the 2 sinkhole, you could still have 4 cards that could take out troublesome lands, and it seemed to work okay. And
yeah, I think in these sort of decks, like you don't need to with mono black, for example. You're kind of running out of decent black cards, so you tend to play four. But when you've got all these different colors, I don't think you need to play 4 Cinco in the main, if that makes sense. Because you've got like all these other cards that do amazing things like disenchant swords. So, like you
yeah,
said, like I think you've got 4 in Chaos Orb and Strip Mine anyway. So why would you want to play 2 more? Then you'll have 6 potentially.
yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's a good deck. Lots of good cards. And he can still have disenchant mana open if he fears Blood Moon or Blue Blast after board, and that's really the only weakness I see is that you could hit him with a Blood Moon somehow or attack his mana base. Maybe a heavy land destruction deck would be disruptive against something like this. But yeah, it's a great build.
yeah, I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is it a bit echoey on your side? I don't know why, but
Echoey?
yeah, does it sound echoey on your side or not?
I mean, not too bad. Mine has always been echoey when I've listened to your videos, but you don't sound that much echo more than normal. No, I
Okay,
can
then.
hear you. All
All
right.
right, cool.
So next year we had Rob Hackney with the Mono Brown Parfait Workshops deck again.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, mate. Be nice to see
And I
that one
think
again.
he won 2 tournaments ago. He took first place with this.
Mm,
Last month he ran it with ATOG with red and blue, if I remember correctly, and a black splash for Gloom as well. Try to keep those disenchants and divine offerings from being cast so readily. Now he's back on just Mono Brown again this month. So let's see where his list is. Oh, that's 53.
53. Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah, kind of very similar to his last build, actually, isn't it? He's got the 4 Howling Mine. He's got the 4 Winter Orb, 4 Juggernaut. He's got the Relic Barrier to tap down the Howling Mine. During, so his opponent doesn't draw 2 cards. It's got the Candelabra, to obviously make use of all those Tron lands and Mishra's Workshop. The 4 Icy Manipulator, the 4 Triskelion. Yeah, I mean those 12 creatures, well 14 creatures, including the Ocean Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
The Ocean Soldier is really good for blocking. Actually, you play that turn 1 with a Mishra's Workshop against like an aggro deck, just sitting there blocking all day long. A little bit
Yeah,
annoying. I like this
yeah.
deck a lot.
I like Yoshin in this deck. It fits the mana curve. There's really no 3 drops. But the workshop can play like a 2 drop and a black vice or a candle on turn 1. You want a 3 drop can be 2 and 1 in this deck because you get 3 mana on turn 1.
Yeah,
And the Yoshin is a great play on turn 1 as well with a workshop against Savannah Lions or any aggro deck.
yeah, like
So,
Workshop, Vice, Howling Mine turn 1. And that Vice is doing
yeah,
a lot of damage all of a sudden.
Vice Howling Mine all on the first. It's like a Lotus into that or something. But
You can see
you
why it's
would,
done well. And then obviously you got the Diamond Valley in the sideboard. 2 more Ocean Soldier against aggro. Disrupting Scepter against control. You got 2 more Maze for aggro decks. Interesting you put the 2 points in the sideboard. It's got the Golem, rocket launchers, love rocket launcher,
Yeah.
and coffins. So, where's all his points then? Is it 4 in factory, what, and 4 in workshop?
Yep, that's 8, and then the 2 mays make 10.
Yeah, cool, cool. All right, let's look at the next one, mate.
Okay. We had Alex Herzog on a blue-white parfait list.
Cool.
Here he is. Alex.
So he's got Winter
What do you
Orb,
think?
Howling Mine, Chaos Orb. Is that Relic Barrier above the Chaos Orb?
That is 3 relic barrier above
Yeah.
the orb, yeah. And one other thing to note, those are actually 3 black vice above the ivory tower.
Ah, so he's only got the 1 Ivory Tower. Okay.
Right. He has 2 Felwar stones and 3 Moxen over here for mana accelerants.
So that's 6 points.
So his points would have been Moat, Wrath. Let's see, you had 3 Moxen makes 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not sure on the 10th point. Maybe he only had 9 points.
Interesting.
Oh, recall.
Oh, yeah.
And these are power sinks here.
And obviously with the Rafts being minus 0 now, or 0 points, it's even cheaper to make.
You could play another recall, or you could play another Mox, instead of a Wrath and one of the moats or the recall or something. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sweet, mate. I like this list a lot. What's the actual win con, though?
The win con looks like the Black Vice, 3 Black Vice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're
Yeah,
just
3 black
locked down under Winter Orb.
Cool.
Not casting spells and drawing a bunch of cards.
A bit like Stasis in some ways. Yeah.
I like that. You could almost fit Stasis in the deck, but he did well without it. So it's pretty nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice, mate.
All right. Here's Ernum Burnham, a green-red aggro by Andreas Dusha.
He's a good player. He's always in the
He is.
top 16.
He plays a lot. He plays different stuff all the time too. I never see him,
I
usually
think
on
he
the
was
same
saying like
list.
white black abyss or something, or was it? No, yeah, white abyss. It was like the abyss with obviously he doesn't target his own creatures because obviously they're all pro black. So yeah, it was pretty sweet. Like couple months ago.
Yeah, he had Underworld Dreams. Winds of Change in that list as well. It was like black, white, red. I think.
Yeah, I mean this is pretty
So he's
sweet.
back. Yeah, 1 Shivan, 1 Bloodlust. That's kind of cool.
Always makes me happy when I see a Shiva dragon. In all fairness.
Yeah, just because he threw it in there. He's like, I want to get this Shivan out, and just went with a Shivan.
Got a lot of mana accelerants to be fair, so it's not hard to cast them.
Yeah, right. 2 Mox, 4 Elf. The Giant Growth, a couple Berserk just to do big things, even with 2 Pendelhaven. I just love that with it. Script Sprites, Scavengers, Llanowars can all become, pump with a Pendle. You got 2, Giant Growth is 5. You can hit for 10 damage. It's like these Berserks, if you have 1 Giant Growth and a 1/1 and a Pendle, become like a Goblin Grenade effect, right? Sacrifice your creature, end of turn, 5 more damage to your opponent.
And it can be used defensively as well, so you could make that creature bigger and then it dies out in the combat. So, but obviously you want to use it for more aggression. I like the one detonate in there as well, actually, because like blowing up a book when they're tapped out or something feels pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's got a couple of Shatter Storms in the board and 4 Blood Moons, so he's going to mess up if they're artifact or greedy mana base, mana rocks, what have you. Tsunamis to stop those blue control decks.
Yeah, definitely.
1 artifact blast, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Well, yeah, it's cheap interaction, I suppose. Like if all you want to do is play creatures in jam, so you don't want to keep up too much mana. You don't want to waste your turns, do you? So having an artifact blast, yeah, it's pretty sweet.
And the Vice is just so good with a burn aggro deck. When their opponents are playing control, if they're on lower ivory towers, it's almost like when we see Felix making all these top 8s, and more people are playing these ivory tower type control decks now. I think with Wrath, with it unpointed now. The 4 Vice sideboard and aggro is almost like, would you say, like a staple now?
Yeah, I think it is. Although saying that, I didn't play against control once in the last tournament 61, was strange. I played against it 4 times in tournament 60, and then didn't play it at all in the next tournament. Just there's so much diversity because obviously there's so many players now. You're looking at 88, maybe 100 players playing in the monthlies now. You know, sometimes the chances of you seeing these type of decks are quite low.
That's true.
You know, you could have the perfect sideboard thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be playing against this, and then never play against it at all. It's one of those things, you know.
Yep.
All right, let's look at the next one, mate.
Okay. We had another white weenie by Tulio Pinto.
I played against Tulio as well.
Tulio, here he is, white weenie.
I think the tournament beforehand, yeah, because I actually played in the tournament before. That was the very first tournament. I went 3-3. He Armageddoned me after I played my Azure Drake. I was like, ah.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Poor man. The Geddon was probably more game changer than the Azure Drake. I take it.
Well, I managed to clear the board, source both his creatures, played an Azure Drake, but then he went like one mana, Savannah Lion, and then they played an army of Allah, and like I just never drew a land basically. So
yeah, this list he's not running Geddon, so he just opts for tax, maze, and factories.
Yeah.
So many got in. I want to say that he played a similar list. Let's see if I can look back. 50. I want to look and see if he was in 52.
Yeah, he was in 52, I think.
Tulio. Yeah, Tulio in 52, white. Let's just see if we can find his from last month.
He's definitely playing Geddon because I remember being blown out by it.
Here it is. Yeah, he had 2 Geddons that month.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
he's decided not to in tournament 53. Did well again with it. Tournament top 16.
He ran Pearl and he ran no DC. What are his points in? Balance. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, there's his 10. He did Pearl, Balance, and Geddons instead of Maze and Tax. So these 6 points. It's interesting. He went for land tax without Geddon, but maybe he wants the mana for.
So I do think sometimes ripping those lands out of your deck actually helps you draw non-land cards. So
That's true.
I think sometimes, like, you know, you're top decking and you know you've ripped most of your lands out of your deck, so the likelihood is you're basically drawing a spell each turn. So
yeah, you know, he can keep 1 land hands with attacks with this deck, and he can still get to 3 mana, you know, for a preacher or just to play his 2 drops or his 3 drops with a 1 land hand. So that's kind of cool. And
I really like playing tax against those land destruction decks because you're like, well, okay, I'm going to play tax. You can blow up my land if you want, but I'm going to find 3 more in a minute. So, you know.
Or you could keep a hand that has like 1 plains and like 2 factories or a factory and a pendulum and say, I've got the tax, so now I can go get, you know, my double white or triple white, whatever he needs.
Yeah, and he has got a lot of double white, to be fair. He's got Crusades, White Knights, 2 Preachers. So he's got a couple double white, actually. The rest are just one mana white spells. So.
Yeah, and it's like you said, he can cycle lands with a Jalem Tome late game, or he can just thin his deck so he draws really well.
I'm a big fan of Jalem Tome, actually. The more we were talking about it in the last episode, the more I think, actually, if I'm playing like a creature deck, I would rather just play Jalem Tome rather than Book.
Yeah. And this is interesting, too. He's got 7 anti-red cards in the board with the Repentant Blacksmith, Cop Red. 4 anti-black cards with Cop Black and Karmas. And then a few extra artifact hate to go with his disenchants. And then just 1 extra like anti, you know, aggro if he hits like, you know, a mirror match or something. He's just got the 3rd preacher. It's a pretty simple strategy, you know, pretty straightforward, but effective.
Yeah. I love Preacher a lot, actually. I like that card.
If he lives, he's just so dangerous, right?
What's the best creature you've ever stolen with Preacher?
Oh, I don't know. I know I've taken your creatures, but they usually give me their chaff. You know, they give me their worst guy.
I think the best thing is to like swords the little dorks and then steal their best creature. You know. That's pretty sweet. I remember stealing a Mahamoti Jin before in some White Singleton with Preacher.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah.
and I had a Diamond Valley in play as well, so I was like, well, If he's got an answer for the preacher, I'm just gonna sack it and gain 6 life.
Yeah. I always just feel so happy to have mind controlled any one of their dudes with brain or brainwash, whatever you want to call it, with this preacher.
Mm,
Just getting one is super effective.
mm.
Yeah. And if they die, if you keep swinging and it dies, you're going to get another one.
Yeah,
That one dies.
yeah, I love
Yeah,
preacher. I also like the Pendelhaven in there to save his little 1/1s as well.
he's got a few more Beneless Heroes, Maces, and
Mm.
Javelineers. He's got 11 1/1s. Oh, Preacher's a 1/1.
Yeah,
That's quite a few. Yeah.
survives the AO pile and things like that, you know.
No Aeopile, so I don't know what his plan is against Black Knights or Order of Even Hand, but
To be
have to
fair, I
ask
mean,
him.
he's
Maybe.
got the white knights, so sometimes you just kind of just racing against them, aren't you?
Well, he does have 2 Mazavith, right? And he
Yeah.
has Factories, which can block.
Yeah, that's true.
That's interesting. Maybe Factory is better than Aeopile to block Black Knights.
Yeah. The only thing I will say is the pump knights can get first strike, which is annoying. But the
Pump
actual
Knights.
black knights are just 2/2s, so they won't ever be able to get through the factory.
Yeah. It's just playing Maze and Factory. So, all right. That's Tulio White Weenie. We had let me go back down to 53. Lion Dead Bolt by Beastie Boss.
In this tournament, me and Baz played 4 games actually. I played him in the group stage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I actually psionic blasted him, and no, he actually psionic blasted me, and we ended up drawing. So.
I've seen draws with Sonic Blast too. I think I've played several games where we've had the blast draw.
Mm.
What do you think? It's a pretty straightforward list. Do you see anything that jumps out at you? I see the ATOGs.
Yeah, I like the ATOGs. So, like, you know, you don't normally necessarily see that with Lion Dibs. So I like when I was playing against him, I was like, I actually like the idea of these ATOGs because those 4 black faces, you've got the 4 Anks, you got the factories or even artifacts as well. So like there is like opportunities there to like surprise your opponent if they get a bit slack. Those ATOGs could be pretty big. And I like the Black Vice because once they've done their work, you can use them later on for extra damage by sacking them to the ATOG. So yeah.
Yeah, some things that really stand out. I like ATOG in the Lion Did Bolt shell. If you're going to play 4 Ankh and 4 Vice, why not, right? It's just colorless burn. It can get around Cop Red. The Sage can cycle them. Even if you can't attack with an ATOG, you can still cycle them to a Sage late game. Those Vices when they're down to low cards in hand. Gate and draw cards. The one card that really sticks out to me is not just the Sage, but he has 1 Hercules Recall. If you notice that in the bottom right of the deck. What do you think about that?
So I suppose he could target his opponent, but also target himself because if those Anks start doing too much damage to yourself, you can actually just bounce all your stuff back to your hand. Start playing out your land. But I suppose you could use that for your opponent as well.
I mean, you could bounce opponents' factories if they animate factories and think they're going to block your lions or your ATOGs, and you can bounce factories before they can block.
Yeah, and
that's something.
You are right. I suppose if they attack with 2 factories and you Hercules Recall and they've already played a land, just put
that
them
could
back.
That could be a tempo blowout. Yeah, if you bounce 2 lands.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other thing I'm thinking, it just shows you how scared people are of these like heavy artifact decks, right? Like these parfait lists, and with Rob Hackney, how good his deck was, winning tournament 51, I believe it was, or what have you, 50, a couple months back this year. I think people were really threatened by these mono brown decks, all artifact. So we're seeing stuff like this show up.
I suppose the Hercules, if you got a Black Vice and you Hercules Recall all his stuff back to his hand, the Black Vice on his turn could do a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, if you bounce just a Mox and a Felwar, or yeah, it could be pretty devastating. If you bounce to
imagine if he bounces 3 or 4 things back to his hand, and then you pass the turn. He's already got 7 in hand anyway. He could potentially do like 6 damage or something just with 1 Black Voice.
Right. Yeah, I could see it just for even if it's just a turn of getting rid of their ivory towers, of saying, you're not going to gain that 5 life or that 6 life from those 2 towers. I'm going to balance it back. Oh, and now you're going to have 8 cards in your hand. Or sorry, instead of 7, you're going to have 9 cards. And so instead of gaining 6 life, they're going to take 10 damage, I believe, in that scenario.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's absolutely crazy, mate.
That's pretty devastating for the math on.
And
how
if they
that
have to
works.
play the factory down again, then they might. If you've got an Ank out there, they're going to take more damage. So yeah, there's a lot of damage in this deck to be done. So
I like it with Black Vice. That's pretty cool for sure.
yeah, as a little one-up, it'd
Interesting.
be interesting to know how it done actually for him. But obviously, he's in the top 16, so it must have done
Yeah,
alright.
he's in the top 16. Beastie Boss. Yeah, we'd have to chat with him, hear if that card made a difference very often. But yeah, so that's Beastie, the City in the Bottle, Quakes, the Bebs and Rebs, and then your best white cards.
Another falling star as well.
The Falling Star, yeah, to go with the Quakes. So it's pretty well rounded. I like it.
Cool. All right, mate. Let's look at the next one.
All right, next we had Mark Jonovich on Mono Black.
It's the first mono black we've seen, isn't it?
For a little bit, Lucas was playing a Mono Black this month. Yeah, this was the first one this month. Lucas was on maybe a similar list, a couple months ago.
I think Jesus Mansilla was playing that really, really aggressive aggro black deck. Remember with the bad moons and
Bad Moons, yeah, and Stone Throwing Devils.
yeah, that was like ridiculous. He did. I think he got like top 8 or something with that deck. Crazy. Yeah, I like this list a lot. It's got the 4 Black Knights, 4 hymns, 4 all the cards you normally see in a mono black deck. Like this is more mid range in comparison to like Jesus's deck. I like the discs in the main. What do you think of the discs?
I think
I suppose it
this
could be like it could negate your plan as well though. You could potentially lose quite a lot to your own disc, I suppose.
you could. He's not running the Mox, which is better with the disc. I mean, sometimes the disc is just necessary for a black deck that can't destroy artifacts and enchantments, right? You only have 1 Chaos Orb, and sometimes it's just necessary to deal with all those kind of cards. And they don't play a lot of removal because most mages running these mono black run Terror in the board. Like Mark here, he has 3 Terrors sideboard, and that's what most people do. Some people might run 1 or 2. I kind of think you're going to see Dibs and Sarah's and
Yeah, I played one in the main and 3 in the sideboard when I played mono black. But
yeah, I mean, even Savannah Lions that can hit that stuff if you have to. But yeah, I think this is fairly necessary for a black deck, and it's just better with regenerators. He does have, this is what I love. He's got Living Wall on the sideboard. Jerry, what do you think about that? I don't know if you remember, it's like a 0/6 regenerator for 4 or something, and it's 1 to regenerate. So it's
bloody hell! I didn't realize.
Yeah, so you can regenerate with a disc. It'll block creatures all day. White Knights, Lightbeard, Pump Knights. It won't. You can't hardly burn it because it can regen.
I like the Pestilence as well in the sideboard. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And they may not bring a lot of artifact hate in if they didn't see discs, or even if they did, they're going to think, he doesn't have any artifacts. There's no factories. So, even if they shatter it, you can regenerate. That's kind of an interesting choice. I just think that's kind of spicy.
What do you think of the 3 Dark Ritual instead of 4?
I'm more of a fan of 3. If you're going to run 4 Gloom, there's maybe an argument to be made. You got to run 4 Rituals, but 3.
I found like having 4 because I actually in the second time I played mono black I actually dropped one of the Dark Rituals. Just getting 2 or 3 of them in your 2 of them in your opening hand or something is just terrible. Absolutely terrible.
You don't want to draw multiples of them usually, no. And that's the only argument I can say. Well, he's running 3. He does have 4 drain lives, so those Dark Rituals, even if he draws more than 1, he's probably going to use it as more of like a lightning helix, lightning bolt / healing salve effect when combined with the drain life.
I love your modern terminology there, lightning helix.
I shouldn't have gone there. We're in old school.
Bringing back some nostalgia for me there, mate.
But yeah, drain life, Dark Ritual drain life is like lightning helix for every Dark Ritual you cast, kind of.
Cool.
Kind of, but yeah, nice build from Mark. Here I am again. I'm back
Yep.
Another playoffs with my living plane. I called that Quakes on a Plane deck.
That was a. We saw that last time. It's a good list, wasn't it? From what I remember. You know
Yeah,
more about
yeah.
it than I do, so you can talk through this one, mate.
Okay. So what did I change up in this list? I've got more trackers in the main deck. They just went so well to attack your 1/1 lands of your opponent with a living plane out, just fighting them every turn. I went up to 4 fireballs this month and threw the channel in, just because fireball with a living plane is like, if you have 4 mana out, you're killing 2 lands for 4 mana. And it's also just decent against other creature decks, even if you don't have a living plane.
Did you actually win Channel Fireball to their face?
I did get that off at least 2 games. It may have been 3 games, and I think I may have won a match with Channel Fireball. So that was exciting. I do have a tutor and a Wheel of Fortune, so you're going to draw a fireball.
Did you video those or not?
I did have one of those recorded where I got it off, and I think it was in top 4. I don't want to do a spoiler. This is top 8. I want to say it's actually in 54. I had a video where finals, and I won a game where I went for Channel Fireball. I apologize. And my opponent sourced his creature in response just to stay at like 1 or 2 life. And I was very low, and he had a Mistress Factory to swing in for the kill the next turn. So I think it was in the top 4. It actually backfired on me when he sourced and gained life.
Oh, bloody hell.
So almost got there.
But
yeah,
I suppose it
tutor,
got you there in the first place. So.
Yeah, tutor and wheel, just to help the combo, because a quake or with a falling star living plane is just devastating. It can be devastating. So hence the tutor, because it kind of plays like a combo deck, and this is just another little spice combo to throw in and steal some games, and it's fun. When you win a game that way, it's a lot of fun. It's exciting.
How many lands have you hit in with Fallen Star?
Man, I probably hit 3 or 4 before,
yeah.
But I don't know if I ever did more than 4, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was brutal.
That's still brutal, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. And I've talked about this deck before, and people saw it in the last video last month, so I won't go into it. There's not many more changes other than the 4 fireballs with the shell, so in the tracker channel. So that was it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Excellent, mate.
Yeah. Okay. We had here's a pink weenie. It's actually white with red for land tax and Land's Edge.
Cool. So it's more based on the combo, I think, isn't it? By the looks of it.
Yeah. Here's it.
So yeah, he's got 3 Land's Edge, 3 tax. He's got the wheel, which that's 8 points, and then he got 2 factories, 4 chains, 4 bolts, 2 cities, Lord of Plains, 2 mountains. Obviously, he doesn't need too many mountains because he's got land tax. Got the Thunder Spirit. I really like those Thunder Spirits just to fly over, deal the final damage. Good for Crusade actually as well. Yeah, really solid list here. I like the Blood Moons in the sideboard as well. 3 of them. Great against Maze of Ifs, great against Deserts. Got COP Red, 3 Red Blast against those control decks. Or even Siren Deeps. Or Merfolk builds. So Ivan Diaz was playing a Merfolk build recently, so
we saw one in one of these playoffs by Tim Atwood was running, if you remember his Merfolk. It was a month or 2 ago. So yeah.
Yeah, I like the Merfolk deck. Could be very aggressive actually with those Lords of Atlantis. Cool. Very good build here.
Yeah, and City in a Bottle. That's instead of playing Dibs, he just runs City in a Bottle, and that's with land tax, even if you hit your own City of Brass, that's not a terrible play. You might play a City in a Bottle, kill their Urnum or their Dib, take out one of your lands, and all of a sudden you can activate land tax because you destroyed your City of Brass. That's kind of cool. I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Instead of like having to strip mine your own land just to activate a tax, you could do it that way.
Yeah, I've did that quite a few times, strip my own land.
Me too. Yeah, so here you can just sit in a bottle of City of Brass with the same effect.
Okay, nice, mate. I like that list.
So that was who was that? That was Brandon Lindley. Next, we're in top 8 still. We've got Frederick MTG. He's on control again. I think we've seen him what 4 or 5 times this year out of 7.
Yeah, very
Here it
good player.
is.
And
Has it changed?
he likes this build, doesn't he? He likes the Grixis builds.
We need to try this deck, right? Have you played this? I haven't played it,
I
but
haven't
it's
got.
very
I'm
good.
actually in the process of buying some Badlands, so but
Okay.
I haven't got any of these dual lands, so it's
Yeah,
like holding me back.
Underground Sea Sandbox. The blue dual lands are a little pricier.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I do love the idea of this. I'm actually going to make a red black troll deck at some stage, a bit like your deck. Once I get those Badlands. I do like the icy manipulators. I do like the ices against mazes and things like that. Because if you're playing these sort of creatures, you want to get damage in. And if you tap down their maze end of their turn, and then during your turn tap down another maze, just means that you can get in for those points of damage. You know.
Yep.
I like the 4 counter spell. The fifth, they got 5 counter spells, including mana drain. When you think about it, if you get mana drain into like a Maha multi or something,
Or just a big fireball, or any, mana drain into an icy or a Daralore.
or
My
brain
Mahamoti would
geyser,
be,
brain geyser as well. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
fun.
I like this, mate. The 2 control magic's very good.
The only
Uh,
change I really see he's made over the months, the many months that he's been in the playoffs, 2025, I see the one book that came in for that second Fat Modi.
yeah, I think that's actually a really good idea because he's got some card draw in Brain Geyser and Ancestral. I suppose Recall, you can technically call that. It's not draw, but it's, I don't know. You're getting all your best spells back from the graveyard, I suppose. Um, so yeah, he's got like maybe 4 options of getting decent things, like drawing extra cards potentially.
Yeah.
So
So there you have it. He's done it again with his control, blue, black, red. Frank Ulip, he's
yeah,
not on white weenie this time, Terry. He's on a black red troll aggro, the deck you keep talking about. That
yeah, I love that deck.
I've been having success with lately, but here it is, Frank Ulip.
So he's playing a 2 Terror in the main, which I think is not a bad idea. He's got
Yeah.
the Animate Dead. What's that? But below, in between Terror and Animate Dead.
That's a chaos orb.
Okay, I saw. Sorry. Um, yeah, 4 hippie, 3 order, 4 hymns of Torak. No Black Knight. Interesting.
No Black Knight. Instead, he went for Animate Dead, an extra terror, and 2 Combat Witch. And you might look at this and think, well, Combat is not great with those 3 orders, but sometimes she's just, if she lands against certain archetypes, like these
Mm.
green aggro, all these 1/1 creatures, some of the white weenie, like Javelineers, Lions,
The only
she can
reason I would
just,
say that though, if like, I know you said that they don't go really well, but that's the reason why I would play Black Knight over Order because you don't want to be in that situation where you have the order out and you don't want to activate the Kumbaya witches. So
right.
I would go for the free Black Knight. I don't know how he like obviously he's made it to this far, but I don't know how he maybe I don't know if he regretted playing the order over the Black Knight. I don't know, but
It would be a good question if he watches. Maybe he'd comment. But yeah, I could still see where he doesn't play the order against certain matchups. If he has the witch, he's just going to lay the witch and hold the order for a little bit.
yeah.
Let her do her thing, shoot down a few guys, and then drop the order after she's
I played Mono Black in 7 Point Singleton and I had the witches out and then I had like Assassin, Order, like all these little 1 toughness creatures and I'm just like I don't really it just sometimes it holds you back, you know what I mean? I don't know. I
Indeed, that's
prefer
pretty
Black Knight.
cool. I mean, if you're playing against a white base deck with swords, sure, you can't animate once they've killed your stuff. But like if people bolt your hippies or bolt your orders or your witch, and then you can animate it, like you don't care if the witch has 1 less power or the hippie has 1 less power, right? You don't care if a witch is 0-3 or the hippie's 1-2. All you care is that the hippie is 1 power, right? At least to get that card. And also that you could say that somebody might notice that Animate Dead is pretty good with Hinder Turok, right? They discard 2 cards.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
if they pitch a Sarah or a Mahamodi or something crazy, or it's Shivan, right? We've seen a few of those big guys.
Yeah.
That could be a pretty cool play
For
with him. I
2 mana
haven't
you're
really thought.
getting a 4/5 or a 3/4 with vigilance and flying, so
Yeah, so pretty interesting choice.
I do like the one
Um,
animate dead actually, that's a good idea.
yeah, it's kind of cool. 2 factories over the Mox. Maybe he doesn't have Mox. Maybe he does. Factory. There's nothing wrong with a factory, right?
Yeah, the great cards. Great cards. Other win conditions, isn't it? Or even defensive.
Yeah, pretty straightforward sideboard too. So
Yeah, and like you said, the terror can be quite useful, especially in the main.
yeah, he goes up to 4, and he's just got all your anti-colored hate, blood moons, just anti this, anti that. So
Cool. Excellent, mate.
yep, and then we're going on to now we're in the top 4. We got Lucas Glavin. Here's another mono black list. Might be the same one that he ran. I'm not sure. Do you see any changes here from what we saw before?
Um, no, I don't actually. I think this is exactly the same list.
Yeah, and he's still got the same cool anime art on his deck photo. That's neat.
Yeah.
4 Gloom, 4 Dark Rituals. They just play so well together. The piles, he goes for the pile plan. He doesn't have like maze. He's got 1 desert to help out against like pump order light beers, white pump knights with pro black.
Yeah, I actually had 2 desert in my deck. Didn't affect me too much. Yeah, I think it's a very good list. With this Gogovian Silex, I had it in my sideboard, but I never actually brought. Like, I was just like, what do I bring this in? Maybe it was just the matchups. I don't know, but it never seemed useful.
Robots, any deck with 4 Mishra's factories, he doesn't have any Mishras. You can bring them in against deck running 4 robots decks. It could just be matchups. Obviously, if you're seeing these heavy these artifact lists with all the like Tron decks that we were seeing.
Oh yeah, like if you're seeing Tron, yeah, definitely great card. Yeah, I like it. I mean, obviously it deals with the workshops as well. Yeah. I can see. Maybe I was just a little bit unfortunate with the matchups. Maybe he just wasn't good enough at that time.
Yeah, it's pretty well
rounded field, isn't it?
List. I like it.
Yeah, I like it, mate. Very good list. And actually, I looked at this when I built my mono black deck for Tournament 63. So I actually got some good ideas from this.
I sleeved up this deck as well with a buddy of mine, and we tested this quite a bit. And the only thing, and I love this build, it's very good. The only thing I thought in testing was I wish I had a second drain life a lot of times because of the 4 dark rituals. And if I got stranded with extra dark rituals, I wanted to draw a drain life to go with that. But
yeah, you maybe just have the drain life from the take that Underworld Dreams and put it in the sideboard somewhere.
Yeah, but very good list. And Lucas has been crushing dreams and taking names with this deck. Top 4. And here we have our own Terry Philip Hutchin. Do you ever go by PhD for Terry Philip Hutchin? PhD?
Yeah.
The doctor.
Yeah, could do.
Terry, Dr. PhD. Anyway.
I like the idea of that, mate. All right, let's
Here you are in the top 4. So congrats on making top 4. This is one of your earlier attempts at joining the X Points League, right? Until
it's all gone downhill after that, mate.
Yeah, it's all up and down. It's up and down. It's yin and tied in, tied out.
So I tried to make blue-white mid-range after this, and I should have just stuck with this deck for a couple more tournaments. I think I don't. But anyway, yeah, I think it's a very good list. Obviously, the 2 land tax, you got the Mox, the Maze, 3 Armageddon. Now, what I found was, I didn't need that many Armageddon, so I actually should have dropped down to 2. Maybe I had a factory or something in there, or another Maze potentially. Because I found some of the matchups I was just actually having 2 or 3, or maybe 2 Armageddons. You don't need 2 in your hand. You know what I mean? You'll need 1. So yeah, maybe just dropping down to 2. I think the Preacher in the main was very, very good. Preacher actually won me quite a few games once they used all their bolts on my other creatures. Didn't need the 4 disenchant, if I'm honest with you. I felt like there were times where I was sideboarding them out quite a lot. Maybe only having 2 in the main after sideboarding. Would have preferred to have another White Knight or something like that in the main, if I'm honest. Yeah. What I will say is the psychic purges were great from the sideboard against um, orders of the Ebon Hand, for example, and
Hmm.
creatures like that, which is obviously white struggles to deal with. The unsummons were actually really, really good. Now, they were casting things like Mahamoti. I was bouncing it back at the end of their turn. They're spending 6 mana. I'm only spending one. That way, I can keep beating it with my Savannah Lions and White Knights and things like that. So the unsummons were very, very good, and also they were very good for saving my creatures as well. Like there was a couple of earthquakes where you know I managed to bounce back my creatures and then replay them again. The blue blasts were excellent against the earthquakes, the fireballs, and things like that. So Spirit Link was quite good. I did put that on a Jusum Jin, um, and that just held that back for a long period of time. So the only thing I will say is the Exorcist was I never actually brought the Exorcist in. It was just sat in the sideboard, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna kill, a Sangir, a Juzum, or maybe a Hypnotic, but yeah, he can't kill half the black creatures in
I
the
would have
black deck.
preferred to have a Karma or something.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, at least he's an attacker, but he'd be better in a Crusade build probably too, so he'd be a little beefier.
What I will say actually as well, this would have benefited from having a couple Crusade in the sideboard. Um,
Hmm.
because sometimes you don't want to play it in the main because sometimes it benefits their creatures. Um, but definitely two or three in the sideboard. Like I could have dropped the Exorcist, maybe dropped one of the Divine Offerings, and maybe brought two Crusade in the sideboard or something.
Yeah, I like the list. It's pretty neat. I haven't seen much just white blue with some of these tempo and like kind of
At the
counter
time, I
what
only
you're.
had four Tundra, so like you play with what you got.
Yeah, yeah, right. Got you. And I'm actually building a blue base like fish deck. I'm having another go at this. I tried fish a couple years ago, several months, made a playoff or two with them, and I'm back again this year, trying them again. I'm running on summons, multiple copies, and even some boomerangs
Yeah,
currently.
Unsummon's
We'll
really
see
good.
how it goes. I love the tempo and the way that it's kind of like a counter spell for the opponent's removal, even though you lose a turn, but you save your threat. So
Yeah,
I like
exactly,
it.
mate. Yeah, really
Nice
good stuff.
job on top four, Terry, Mr. Dr. PhD. We had
Ian won
Ian
Coroni.
Ronconi. So Ian actually, I remember I was on vacation in July. I was at a beach house. I played Ian. He's a great guy. Really enjoyed playing with him, but he knocked me out, man, in the semifinals with this list, mono blue robots. So he scarred me with that. Here it is. What do you think?
um, he's got one workshop. That's one of his points. He's got three factory. That's 4 points. Um, where's his other points? Oh yeah, the Mox, the Cell Ring. That's not 10, but that's not 10 though, is it? Oh, Mana Drain.
Um,
Mana Drain.
let's see. I'm looking for his 10th would be the mana drain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mana Drain's great for ramping into Electroscallion or Suchi or I suppose he could sack the Suchi and add 4 mana to his mana pool with the Sage before combat or something, or after combat and then play something else.
Sure.
The Aeopods are surprisingly good. Like when I was playing Mono Black, the Aeopods were fantastic with the first strike creatures, but also they're just great at dealing with orders and white knights or black knights and things like that.
Yeah, and I mean when you're playing Soul Ring and all this colorless mana and Mox and Factories and Felwars, they're pretty easy to cast with the colorless mana here.
And also, if
And
they're absolutely useless against their creatures, say they're too big or whatever, you can just sack them with the Sage and draw cards. So
you can if you're way behind, if they're way ahead on life and you don't need to burn your opponent and they don't have dudes. But also with the 4 copy artifacts, right? It's another target that you can, if you're holding copies, you can use it if you need
yeah,
copy
yeah.
removal,
I
which is
think
nice.
you can most probably quite reliably ramp into like Suchi on turn 2 or 3. I reckon with this mana base.
Yep.
Like if you go land, Mox, Fell Warstone, play a land next turn, play a Suchi. There you go. Turn 2 Suchi 4/4. Pretty strong.
It's brutal. Yeah, it's pretty good. One transmute just to tutor out whatever he needs at the moment. Get a chaos orb or an icy or some removal, or a trike. The 3 counter magic, he doesn't go real heavy on the counter magic game one because let's just face it, if you're against a weenie deck or really low to the ground deck, the counter spells aren't always amazing.
No.
Same with Side Blast, right? If they're playing a ton of burn, you don't necessarily want to play a full complement of Side Blast. But Side Blast is sometimes a necessary evil, right, against some of the 4 toughness uh, creatures in this format.
Feels terrible when you're like doing it on a Triskelion.
Yeah, that does feel bad, right? Because they'll still, it's like you take 5 damage to kill this trike. Wow. Yeah, that's rough. What else has he got? Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty well rounded. I love the Brass Man. I played the heck out of that in Four Horsemen with you and Juxtapose and Sage and Brass Man. I love Sage and Brass Man together. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
I like the steel artifacts
Underrated
in the sideboard as well.
The man is underrated here, the Brass Man.
Yeah, he blocks those Savannah lines all day long.
Yeah, but he wrecked me on the Living Plane. I was on my Living Plane deck, and if I make all lands 1/1, he's got 4 piles and he's got
Triskelion.
4 copy artifacts and 4 trikes. And it was like it wasn't good. And then he has 4 Bebs in the sideboard to counter all my red, burn stuff. So it was a tough matchup for me. Yeah, he got me.
Yeah.
Nice deck in. Finally, we're in the finals here. Mono green aggro. We had a red splash again. Greg Graham. I
lost to him in the semi-final actually. So.
And here's his deck. I think we've seen this another month where he played almost very similar list, and he was in the playoffs or top 4. He's done well with this green aggro with little red.
Yeah, I mean, so many flyers, mate. I just couldn't deal with them. It was ridiculous. I think he had like 3 or 4 flyers, and then he had a couple like a Pendle Haven, and yeah, it was pretty brutal. I remember trying to deal with something, and I think he like giant growthed it or something, and like managed to save his guy. The Yarnums were ridiculous as well, but I think, to be honest with you, it wasn't really the Yarnum. It was more just going so wide, I just couldn't outrace him.
Yep.
Really good list. The 4 bolts are obviously just there as extra removal. He's got the mazes, the four factories. I think the factories were holding my knights back as well because, like you said, they turn into free freeze when they pump themselves. So it's like you can't really attack profitably,
Yeah, I think when you combine 2 Moxes and he's got 6 mana dorks, 6 elves for mana, 2 Moxes, that's 8 accelerants. You combine all that, you can cast turn 2 Ice Storms all day. Could you do turn 3 Urnum? I guess you could play a turn 2 Urnum Jin if you do an elf and both your Mox. So accelerating out those Ice Storms and those Urnums can be pretty devastating too with that speed.
What do you think about because obviously you can't empty your hand quite quickly, what do you think about like Sylvan Library and things like that? Do you think that could be maybe a sideboard option at least?
Oh, for sure, sideboard. Yeah, I guess he thought there was more important stuff to do, and he's the expert on this green deck. I wouldn't test it, man. He's done really well with this. Look at all this. But yeah, Sylvan deboarding against control could just be some brutal card advantage, right? Because you don't care about your life and just use it as a resource to get the cards.
Yeah. Hurricane's great. Obviously, direct damage, disintegrate's good. I did like when you talk about disintegrate with Sedge Troll. I completely completely forgot about that.
That Sedge Troll stuff, yeah, to get rid of his blockers blocks his Urnums and all his pixies and his 1/1s on the ground all day. So
yeah,
get rid of Troll, and then the Dervishes. The Dervishes is so big against the mono black list. It's like, how many piles can you draw, and how many Dervishes can I draw? And the Dervish just gets there, and he can block to the cows come home against these mono black lists. So
very
pretty good.
List.
Yeah, good list. So, congrats, Greg, on Tournament 53. Shall we look at the last one here, Tournament 54?
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Okay. Brandon Lindley's back again with his tax edge, and I actually have these in order this month. So I'm getting better at this a little bit, I hope, Terry. So
Um,
here it is, Tax Edge.
very similar to what it was last time, if I remember rightly. But
Hmm.
very, very good list. Well, I love the Winds of Change, by the way, with the land tax. It's amazing. Um, you know, I felt like I should have been playing like 4 land tax if I'm honest with you. It was that good. I think with this type of build, you could play 4 land tax and a Mox Pearl, and you, you can do really, really good things with that. Like, if I was to play my Pink Greenie deck again, I'd do that. Not bother with the factories.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't think this deck is going anywhere. Part of me thinks this deck is better than traditional white, meaning it's just like a tier step more powerful in the power level above it.
yeah.
But maybe it can be a little less consistent. But instead of running like piles, you have all these bolts to deal with
Mm,
the pro black creatures. You've got a combo to just kill a control deck that's still over 20 life. You can just do 20 in one turn.
mm.
No, it's pretty. I
I
think it's
love the
pretty well.
Blood Moons as well. Like when they're playing those, like as we discussed earlier, like when they're playing those deserts and mazes, you're like, yeah, Blood Moon. you know, and
It's
because you got so many basics with the land tax, you don't really care anyway, because you're able to still cast all your stuff.
very solid deck. So
Yeah, I
he's
like
made
this.
several playoffs with it. Next we had Rob Hackney again, but he's on something totally different. He's done Parfait a few months. This month, August, he's like a white red control.
I think this is
Uh,
when he was playing Rook Hag. Yes, he showed me this list.
what do you think about this? It's interesting, huh?
Well, yeah, because he plays the Rook Egg, but then he plays the Rathagod. So what he does is he plays the Rook Egg quite early, potentially turn 3 with the Felwar Stone, and then he'll sit back and block. They'll put more and more creatures, invest more creatures on the battlefield, and then eventually they'll just fire off that Rathagod. Pass the turn to them, get a couple 4/4s at the end of turn. Um, I think it's a really solid list. Yeah, I mean, I really like it. I think he hasn't got a lot of creatures, but he's got a lot of direct damage as well. He's got the earthquake, fireballs, the bolts. Uh, yes, yeah. I mean, he ain't got a lot of creatures really, but 4 factories is it? 3 factories?
Three, yeah,
Yeah. So I suppose he can
three
win.
factor. He's got a Loa.
Yeah,
That's three, two Maze, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the two Wrath. So this deck would be improved. He would get 2 more free points.
yeah.
Yeah, because Wrath is free, like you said.
I actually quite like this version. Actually, I might even give this a go myself.
Yeah, I was thinking. Well, when you combine white and red, and I've known this that if you combine white and red, you get some of the most efficient removal in the format in old school.
Mm.
Just combining red burn spells with swords,
Is he
bolts
playing
and
Diamond
swords.
Valley in this?
Did he what?
Is he playing Diamond Valley?
He's got 2 Diamond Valley
Oh
along
yeah.
with the Rock Sarahs and the Preacher sideboard.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I like this a
pretty good.
lot.
Yeah,
Consecrated Land. That's pretty decent as well.
yeah, it
Uh,
doesn't hurt. It's like protecting those maze events. They become indestructible. uh, or just like an indestructible factory, right? That can be kind of cool.
I like yeah. I mean, everything about this list is really solid. The only thing I will say is, I don't know. I suppose you got the Felwar stones and things like that. And what's the candelabras for? Do you think?
I think it's there for factories, mazes, and deserts mostly.
I
Not so
suppose he's got the
much.
lower as well, and so he could
Yeah,
potentially.
it could be Loa if it's the one Loa, but it works. He's got all these special lands. Like you said, Loa, Maze, Factory, even Diamond Valley if he needs to use it twice in a turn, and the deserts. That's what it's there for. But it doesn't want to see a blood moon, although he has lots of basic planes. He still has 6 planes. So, but yeah, that's why he has Candle.
Do you think it'd be weak
I
against an
wonder
Armageddon deck?
Armageddon deck. That's probably why he's playing Consecrate Land. I do think Geddon would be pretty devastating. That's his way to try to help a little bit to buffer the Geddon. But
What do you think about Equinox?
I've played Equinox in my sideboard. I think I've played that over Consecrate Land, it will totally counter an Armageddon. It will
Yeah,
counter any spell that destroys one or more of your lands, I believe. But it won't counter strip mine though, like
yeah.
consecrate land. But it will counter sinkhole. Anyway, yeah, Equinoxes would be an interesting choice. You might ask
Mm,
Rob about that if he thinks it would have been better than consecrate. But
yeah. Just to save all his lands rather than just like saving one, if that makes sense. But yeah.
yeah, it won't save from strip mine though. They can still strip that Equinox land, which kind of
But that's
sucks.
only
Or
a
chaos.
that's only a one of, isn't it? So I'm not too worried about one of. I'm more worried about
Yeah,
multiple land
chaos.
destruction spells.
Yeah, so they can't chaos or strip mine a consecrated land.
Yeah, I do like the idea of having an indestructible factory that you can attack with, though, because yeah, maybe having
Pretty
like
good.
one of each or something. I don't know.
I'm sorry, come again?
I said maybe having like one of each in the sideboard, or
Sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Situationally, they can both be good.
Mm.
Nice deck, interesting build.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, and then we had Olivier Bouchard on a
Pink
pink
weenie.
pink weenie, so he is right here with Granite Gargoyles. What do you think of this build?
Yeah, I like the Granite Gargoyles a lot. It survives the earthquake if your opponent's playing them. It's got the 4 black dice in the main. 4 Cyan Lion, 4 Granite Gargoyle, 4 Iron Claw. I like Iron Claw work, but I don't know. I just prefer the White Knights.
Yeah,
But
it's easy on the mana. It's definitely easy on the mana. I don't
yeah,
know how often White Knight would cause a stumbling issue for the mana, but I like Gargoyle against your opponent plays a Dib or
mm,
even in a Sarah late game, and that thing can just defend you, right? Or it's still an offensive card that can flying over and hitting your opponent for 2 every turn.
the only
It's
thing I
pretty.
will say, yeah, I really like the Hammerheim as well because I was like, for some bizarre reason, in my version, I didn't play it. I was like, because I'm done with a Hammerheim in all fairness. I don't know why I wouldn't play Hammerheim. Bit stupid, really, but yeah, I really like that in this build.
He's probably running more red stuff like Gargoyles and Ironclaw orcs because he's got the main deck Blood Moons,
Yeah, yeah, that's a good
and
point actually.
yeah,
And he's actually got another one on the sideboard.
yeah, he
Uh,
does. Yeah, and he whooped me one month. I didn't play him this month, but some months down the road, he whooped me pretty good with a build that was very similar to this. It's a pretty good deck.
yeah, I like this deck. I like this deck a lot actually. I think it's I just love Pinguini. I think it's a very good, solid deck that can do very, very well actually. So,
I mean, it's just got the best removal, swords and bolts.
and
It's
even Chain's great. So
yeah, Savannah Lines is probably argumentatively one of the best tempo creatures.
mm.
Best one drops probably.
I like the
So
free spirit link in the sideboard.
I do too, especially with a gargoyle that they can't burn right against the burn deck,
Mm.
or bringing in Sarah's with it can be devastating on either one of those.
Yeah, cool. Let's look at the next one, mate.
Okay, yeah, it's Olivier. We had Ernham Geddon by Thomas Esselink,
Yep.
and he splashed red here for Kurt Apes and Lightning Bolt. So it's green white with some red. It's almost like a Naya Zoo list, but it's Ernham Geddon. So what do you think?
Yeah, really solid actually. 3 Armageddon, 2 Wheel of Fortune, 2 Mox and a Regrowth. I like the Sylvan Library. Card Ape, I love Card Ape. That's one of my favourite creatures. Oh, the only thing I will say is obviously it's weak to City in the bottle, but you know, hopefully you don't get that matchup, do you? Because like you got the 4 cards, the 4 Arnhems. Well, I suppose you only got eight cards, but 7 cards, 3 Arnhems. Sorry.
3 Ernham's main. Hey, your mic just muffled a little bit, Terry. It would sound like you weren't talking into it directly or
Yeah, so
something.
I think
There you go.
you hear.
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it is getting a bit muffly, isn't it? I don't know what's the matter with the damn thing.
No, you're good now. You're good.
Yeah. All right, mate. Um. Yeah, so I like this list a lot. I think it's pretty solid, mate. Um. Yeah. It's good to see if this type of these 3 color combinations work together. I like the Avoid Fate in the sideboard actually as well. That's a really solid card that people I only thought it was only for creatures, but it's for any permanent, so I think that's a really good defensive card.
Hmm.
Um, and then the 2 tranquilities are really solid as well because he's only playing the 1 enchantment in the main anyway, so
Right.
you don't mind, losing one thing over, blowing potentially 2 or 3 things of theirs up.
Yeah. Surprisingly, we haven't seen a lot of Naya zoo type lists that are red, green, white, but I think we'll see more of that as the next year and stuff unfold. People playing in X points. It's a pretty powerful combination.
Yeah,
All
definitely,
these
mate.
fast one drops burn.
Yeah, you only
Get
need the Savannah Lions. Well, you need the Plateau Savannahs and Tigers. So yeah,
all right. So
cool.
mono black Jean Simone.
Yeah, this is the first one we've seen, isn't it?
Yeah, Jean Simone. How do you say it? Zalbert. I forget his last name, but uh, here's his lit. I like JS. I just call him JS. I've always liked the guy, and he's a nice guy.
Is he
Uh,
playing for Horseman? I think he does, doesn't
and he did. Yeah, he played quite a while. Yeah, he played quite a while with us over there. He always had some spicy decks. This, I think he called this, if I remember correctly, I remember he called this like a tribute to Lucas Glavin or something. And I want to say it's like almost card for card. However, he's got a disrupting scepter. I see that as a difference over what Lucas ran uh, instead of maybe the Mox Jet. And he has 2 factories, but and an extra desert.
he? Yeah,
Um,
very very good list here. I like.
yeah, one green main deck. Yeah.
He's pretty much the same as Lucas Gavin's actually, isn't it? Except for the
Just
disrupting
like I
sector.
said, those few cards, just those few cards that I can
Yeah,
point out.
yeah, very sweet list here, mate. I love the animate dead in the sideboard. I love the glooms. I love those Underworld Dreams in the sideboard because against control mirror, like the control max, sorry, those can be really good with a Dark Ritual on turn 1. Like really,
Yeah, if
really
you're
good.
gonna play 4 rituals, the argument for the 4 underworld is really good. They just pop out so early.
Mm. Yeah,
They're
that
almost like,
damage just like add up very quickly. you know.
yeah, they're almost better than playing a create instead of playing like turn one dork, turn two. I'll play a turn one, like turn two one. Instead of playing a guy on those turns, if you can dark ritual underworld, they're just better than those creatures a lot of times.
Yeah,
Turn
yeah.
one and
I
two.
was really disappointed because obviously when I don't want to surprise people too much, but but when I played that deck later on in the tournaments, I didn't actually own any Underworld Dreams. I only had the F&M promo ones, which you're not allowed to use. I
Right.
really wish that I had them in the sideboard.
I've got those two. I've got the F&M promo. I've got F&M promo ices.
Yeah,
I got a bunch of F&M promo cards. I've sold a lot of that stuff over the years. But yeah, I do have the normal editions too. So
I have picked up 2 Italian ones, so I will be playing them. And if I
yeah,
play black again,
very
I'll
affordable. Yeah,
yeah.
they're very affordable.
Mm.
Fun card. And Underworld Dreams was always one of my favorite cards back in when I was like 15, 95, 96. I thought that card was so cool for some reason.
I
But
think
yeah,
Gandalf the
good.
Dark. I don't know if you ever watched his YouTube channel, Gandalf the Dark, but he's a good friend of mine. Because like he was weird because he used to watch my old YouTube channel, MTG Control, and even though he didn't play Modern, he watched my videos, and I used to watch his videos all the time. And he used to play his Underworld Dreams deck all the time, with like Wheel of Fortune and Time Twister, and like just win out of nowhere, like do like 14 damage.
I've watched a lot of his content. I've enjoyed his stuff. I started watching his stuff before I was playing cards again with in these old school online games and stuff. I was just on the sidelines watching. I hadn't played Magic in years. He's one of the reasons some of these guys making their content, on Timmy Talks and some of them. One of the reasons I got back into it.
Yeah,
It's a
me and
little
him
bit
has actually
nostalgic.
played World of Warcraft together during COVID as
Oh,
well.
cool! Very cool. Oh, what expansion was that?
That was we actually went did classic. We did classic World of Warcraft, and then we did classic Burning Crusade. So
Awesome. And so next we had Black Red Troll Aggro with Joe Becky. I think we were sidetracking, but yeah, I could talk WoW with you we could talk for 10 or 15 minutes about Wrath of Lich King and
oh, that was the best expansion.
PC.
But yeah, let's
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shadow Morn and all that good stuff. So anyhow, here's the Black Red list by Joe Becchia. I think he's done well with this deck in times past. What do you have anything to say about this list?
Um, Interesting to see that he's got two books in the main. I do think they do require some sort of draw. Maybe the Jalem tomes, like you said, like they're just cheaper to activate. Or maybe a mixture of the two, maybe having a book or and the Jalem. I don't know, but just turns those lands that you're using or drawing, sorry, into actual cards that you can use. What do you think about the four chains? Because do you play four chains in your Search for
No,
deck?
I just ran bolts. I ran some weird like falling star, a couple falling stars, and four bolts, and I didn't do the chains, but I've seen people running chains, and I mean, chain lightning is great. You know, it's really good on the first couple of turns, especially, but they can chain it back to you late in the game, which isn't great. And he's probably not going to be able to chain it, but
Yeah, yeah.
double red.
I suppose it's like if he could do enough damage to his creatures, he doesn't care too much. But yeah, I don't know.
It's still burn to finish your opponent too. I mean, that's 8 bolts, right, and 2 disintegrates and a fireball. So like, he can get there because it's not heavy aggro. This deck is more of a mid range. Doesn't play a ton of creatures. I think he's got 16. That's quite a few, but yeah, I think the bolts 8 bolts.
Didn't
great.
he win the recent tournament 60?
I can't remember.
I think he beat Lucas Glavin, you know, in the final, and tournament 61. I think, or 60 maybe. I don't know. I think it might have been tournament 60. He won it. Anyway,
the main thing that stands out to me with this build is the absence of disc. No disc at all, but 2 books. And so
yeah, it's interesting. He hadn't got disc in the sideboard either.
No, but he did what he did great with it. And so there are matchups where you do really want a book. I mean, some of these mid-range or slower control decks, the book's awesome.
Yeah, really solid list actually, mate.
All right. Next, we're still in top 16 here. We had William Kuhn, another mono blue robots. We had Ian on that last month. So here's his mono blue list.
So he's playing Serendib. Interesting.
3 dibs. Yeah.
Boomerang.
A boomerang. That's interesting. Yeah. With Trike, though, it's so good, right? To bounce.
Well, yeah, use the counters, bounce it back to your hand, replay it. Or even bouncing back the mana vote if it's dealing too much damage to you. You know.
Yeah, I understand why he's got the power sink, because he's got maybe a bunch of colorless mana, you know, with vaults and rocks and Mishras, so maybe he can't always get double blue, so he's got a power sink. I like the City in a Bottle main deck, even though he has 3 dibs. I think if you're running a transmute artifact, there it is. That argument can be made. You need to be playing this card.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
And Brain Geyser is pretty strong too with all this mana.
Oh yeah, you could draw a shit ton of cards, couldn't you, potentially? I like the control magic in the main as well.
Yeah, mana drain. It's similar to in Roncaroni's list that he won or got in the finals with the month before. Looks similar.
I like all his signed stuff as well. He's been collecting for quite a while, by the looks of it.
So here's the card that really jumps out at me of all his 75. Can you guess what card really jumps out at me of all these 75 cards? One guess.
What's the one on the right?
That's a War Barge.
What does that do?
Destroy target creature with Island Walk. No, excuse me. It does. That's the assassin. It gives a creature Island Walk until end of turn.
Oh.
Yeah, just to give Island Walk. But if War Barge leaves play, that creature is destroyed. So I don't know. It's a very interesting choice, just to give Island Walk.
That's interesting.
I guess he could technically like target one of their dudes and sack it to a Sage, or sack it to a transmute, you know, and then it destroys their creature.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
It's interesting, and he could give his guys Island Walk too if he needed to. So if he's playing against a blue deck, maybe why not? It's interesting, yeah. So, all right, that's his robots. William Kuhn. Here's William Kirkwood next. Last top 16 mono red. I've not
seen William Kirkwood before, I don't think.
Called it a big red. Let's see if I can find it. Huh. I've lost the list. Hold on a sec. Oh no. Well, somehow I lost those two decks just clicking around here. Let's see, we're gonna have to probably skip that one.
All right, mate.
But yeah, because the robots in the they're back now.
Ah, okay.
Go figure. There's the robots. Here's the mono red, big red. Thoughts?
I like those 3/6 creatures. They're amazing, mate. Such good creatures.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's got so much like he can ramp out very, very fast here, can't he? With the Gauntlet of Might as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I
With
like
all that
this.
Mox and Lotus Soul Ring Minorox.
Yeah, that's. I mean, he could potentially get. How early can he get Sheevan Dragon out? Soul Ring turn one, Mox land,
I
Giant.
mean, if he drops, I mean, probably turn 2 or 3, but I assume there's a scenario where he could draw Lotus, Soul Ring, Land, and a Mox
Yeah,
and hit turn 1.
that's crazy.
But pretty fun. I mean, like you said, the Yid won a free, the 3/6. He didn't see enough play, but you almost have to be mono red, right? And so
Mm.
all these creatures are very good with a bunch of red mana. The only card I could see that might even be better in something like this is I was going to say Power Surge, and he's got that in his sideboard,
Mm.
right? Because all these creatures you can pump your red mana into, and you don't have to leave much mana untapped for the Power Surge. That's a pretty cool combo. He could have played Granite Gargoyle on the deck instead of any of this, but his list is very good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, very sweet.
This, yeah,
And like you said, he got the Ufton Trolls, so discs with Ufton Trolls are pretty cool.
yeah, it's like a mini Sedge troll. These trolls, they just keep trolling. Who's gonna troll?
Just finished watching the Ufton Troll Cup actually, number 7. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, Timmy. I think the deck. No, did the deck win? I think the deck beat ATOG if I remember rightly. Yeah, it did.
And
So
what format was that?
Swedish.
I'll have to check that out. That sounds fun.
I'll send you the link.
Okay. But yeah, here it is. Big red. One disc, main 3 board, tons of burn, all these 6x spells. The one thing that actually really jumps out at me with this build is 2 bolts main deck and 2 bolts sideboard.
Yeah, there isn't a lot of removal, is there? It's just literally like play out your
Ex-
fatties and hope for the best.
I'm kind of curious. I mean, they're good against Mistress Factories, but I guess he's got trolls for those and Uthden and Yidwins. But I'm curious, like, if I could pick his brain to know why William Kirkwood, why he did 2 bolts main and 2 bolts in the
I
board.
suppose he has got the
Almost everybody,
disintegrates and the earthquakes as well to deal with multiple threats or single
yeah, he
threats.
could deal with that. Almost everybody's on 4 bolt just because it's 3 damage for 1 mana. But
Mm.
yeah, I'd be curious. But yeah, strong build. One of these days, I need to play mono red and some of these other decks if I ever get around to it.
I think Joe Singer's deck as well. Mono Red was very, very good. Uh, that was a long time ago in episode 1, I think, but that was a good build.
And so I'm back again on top 8 this month. This was August. Living Plane again, the Quakes on a Plane. Tim Kincaid. Back again. Just I went down to 3 Living Plane. I found that if you drew multiples, if they didn't disenchant it, or some games you just play one and then you do your thing and start blowing up stuff, their lands, and they can't get back in it anyways. So I kind of found that 3 with a tutor was often enough, even though I had 4 previous months. I did stay with the Fireball channel combo, the Quakes, the Falling Stars, the Bolts.
Did you bring in the Dark Heart in the sideboard? Was that in there last time?
I had it in there for
Oh,
several months. Just a singleton of it could be a tutor target. If you're gonna die against like 12 bolt decks, line did bolt. It's pretty solid when your opponent wants to blow up your lands
mm,
and you're blowing up theirs, and if you can just gain 3 life a couple of turns, it's kind
mm,
of a big deal. Or if you're going to cast an earthquake and all the lands are going to go away, it's pretty good to be able to like sacrifice 3, 6, 9, or 12, whatever life worth before they go away anyway
mm. Yeah, that's a good
against
point.
certain decks.
Yeah, really solid deck, mate. And a lot of thought has gone into that one. So
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I would play it again.
mm,
So it did well. That's 3 months in a row.
good.
Here's Michael Parler, Lion Dib Bolt. This one happens to be story. I think he called it Story Time. So I might be butchering his title by calling it Lion Dib
I
Bolt.
think
He
they've
might
actually
say
restricted Charizard now, haven't they?
what is
That Shaz, whatever.
Shahrazad. I would say he
Yeah.
has Shahrazad. So he called it Story Time because you keep it's like you keep replaying things over and over again. Start a new game. Let's tell a different story here. I
Yeah.
think some
God,
people got perturbed at this card not being restricted. Um,
I think yeah, it has been restricted now. I think they got fed up of playing against it.
yeah, people could like, man, I wasn't prepared to spend 2 or 3 hours against for bedtime story time with Michael Parlin.
Oh
But he
God.
did great. I think he ends up winning one of these things here soon. But he's
Yeah.
in the top 8 this month in August.
Hmm.
And what do you think? He's got some interesting,
I like the
draws.
library in it. Time Twister, Wheel. I suppose he is playing 12 bolts, so drawing a fresh 7. He's also got
Yeah,
black place in the sideboard as well, so like if he brings them in, he plays a Wheel or a Time
yeah,
Twister.
yeah. And Slide of Mine's a pretty cool sideboard against like a copper red.
I like the 12 bolts with the Time Twister because you're like, okay, I'm just going to fire all these off, as many as I can, and then I'm going to cast Time
Yeah,
Twister later, hopefully draw more bolts. He's just like, yeah, okay,
yeah.
fantastic.
And Slide of Mine becomes even better with these knights. If he had
Mm.
Lightbeard instead of Story Time, it's good with White Knight. You make your pro black turn into pro whatever when they try to kill it, and then oh no, counterspell their removal or block their creature, kill their creature, whatever. So
Story time. Uh,
wake me up when you're done talking about Sir Harzad.
oh, there's a like a song. There's like a YouTube video when Sphinx's revelation. It's like wake me up instead of wake me up before you go because like
Yeah,
the opponent's falling asleep when they cast in Sphinx's revelation every 2 seconds. Uh,
that card was probably so fun back in the day, right? When we were kids and you would play these Magic games that would last like half the evening, anyways, and you did not want to get up and leave that game. But imagine Shahrazad back when the games lasted 2 or 3 hours, like Felden's Canes, and those grindy games. Imagine that. Like I didn't know anybody that had Shaharzads when I was a kid in 1994 or
mm.
95. But yeah, it would have been awful. At
Now,
least his deck
now we've
is
got
designed to win.
responsibilities and we have to actually go somewhere. We ain't got time to play three or
Yeah.
4 hours, unfortunately.
Imagine if Felix played Shahrazad in the deck. It's designed to Felden's Cane and just mill you out.
You'll be like,
That
oh
would
yeah,
be
I'm just gonna concede. I'm not playing 7 hours worth of
uh,
7 hours worth of matches. This is ridiculous.
but nice deck. It effectively starts his opponent here at like 10 life. Don't you start with half your life total for the
Yeah,
sub game?
yeah, I think so.
That's
Yeah,
really strong combined with 12 ball. I'll give him that. Okay, I'll give him that.
yeah.
But yeah, nice deck. Congrats, Michael Parler. Next, we've got 3 Earnum decks. One is just, I called it Earnum on Ice because it's green, white, splash blue, or Sinbad Sylvan by Steph
I like
Van.
that combo, Sylvanas.
Yeah,
Sinbad.
Steph Van Bogart. Anything jump out at you with this list? He's got no getting.
Jusum, just the one Jusum, 4
Just the
Arnhem,
one tooth him. Yeah, that's yeah.
4 birds, 2 control magic. I like that. 3 Sylvan, so obviously he's gone heavy on the Sylvan with the Sinbad. 2 Ice Storm to deal with those troublesome lands. Yeah, it's pretty solid this, mate, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, he's splashing, obviously. Yeah, he's splashing. It's mainly like splash. Well, it's not even a splash, actually. It's like green, white, blue with a splash of black, isn't it?
Splash of double black. I
Mm.
almost feel like he just wanted to play that Juzum because he had. I own a Juzum Gin and I just want to play it. Like, I I'm not going to play that fourth Urnham. I've got Jusum, and he's going in the deck.
It would have
But
been
he's
better
got
off if he's going to be playing it. He may as well play bloody Dowerlord. It'd be easier to cast, but
Darlow would be good. Yeah, it's in there, man. It's a cool deck. He made top 8.
yeah.
It does what it does with the
I'm just going to play my
Sinbad.
$3,000, $4,000 card because I can. Why not?
Why not? So there it is. So we got a couple more Armageddons here. One has Black Splash for Darlor. This is Taco Lucy. Here he is with the black with Darlor, like you just mentioned.
Whirling Dervish in the main.
Interesting.
Sylvan Library. Yeah, I mean, like, places little dorky creatures. Potentially turn free Dowerlord, turn free Arnhem. Pretty solid, mate. Pretty solid. I think. Yeah, those Armageddons are good. What's the Altered card?
That's a third Geddon, I
The
believe.
Armageddon, is it?
He's got a point. It's marked 1 point
Oh,
there.
yeah. Okay.
He's got a Mind Twist, I believe, in this. Yeah.
Mind Twist, what, 4 points?
Yeah, Mind Twist. We haven't seen a lot of Mind Twists. I wonder if it's overpointed because we'll look later. Like that card is just.
But you
not
know what
being
I was
played.
thinking of doing? I was thinking of playing Mono Black with
Yeah.
3 Hint to Torak and 1 Mind Twist.
Yeah, but nobody's playing it, so
Mm.
you can't. You beg to wonder. Maybe they just don't want people to play it. It's more like Gentleman's Magic. It's not a fun card to play against or something.
But I think in Mono Black it'd be solid. Imagine having 2 Dark Ritual turn 1 and then just Mind Twist for 5 or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it 5? Yeah, 5. That's crazy.
It's great with Dark Rituals. It's also great with Birds and Elves here. Any mana acceleration strengthens the card for sure, but it's broken really in almost any deck. And 4 points. I just said, like I said, we're not seeing it appear in any of these lists hardly. So
Yeah, it's a shame, really. I think, well, not a shame for if you're playing against it, but if you actually want to give it a try, then cool. All right, mate. Excellent. Let's look at Lucas Glavin's deck then. He's in the top 4, isn't he?
Yeah. So let's see. Lucas is on Armageddon this month with the Blue Splash. I think he played this a couple months ago, but he's back on it again. He's mixing it up. Mono Black, Armageddon, Mono Black, Armageddon, Blue Splash, Dibs, Side Blast, and your little bit of counter magic. Not much, just 1. But yeah.
Maybe he just thought, yeah. Why? I'm not too sure why you just bring 1 in, but anyway, obviously worked for him. Yeah, I mean it's pretty solid. 2 Javelineers. He's got like a lot of 1 and 2 elves, hasn't he? Like the Scavenger Folk, 2 birds.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have ran like all Javs, but he's got some birds, 1 folk, just because, right? It always can hit like a Chaos Orb. It can hit a Mox or a Soul Ring, right? He's playing Geddons. He doesn't want him to have Mox or Soul Ring. So
I like the Winter Orb in the sideboard as well. I think Winter Orb actually is very underplayed.
I was going to say the same thing. I like his Winter Orb sideboard too. It's pretty good.
I just traded in some Parallax Tides actually. They've been banned in pre-modern, and I managed to trade them in 4 of them. I paid £1.50 each for them. I got £100 trade value for them. I'm going to pick up a couple Winter Orbs. I think they're really solid.
Okay.
I think I'm going to get about 3 or 4 of them. I think that if you're playing Weenie or something, and you're playing against a heavy mana spell deck, you don't care about not untapping only 1 per turn. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think Winter Orb's underplayed. Actually, I don't think it sees enough play.
The Winter Orb.
Yeah, I think Winter Orb in the sideboard, or even in the like 1 or 2 in the mains, really solid.
Yeah, when you have Birds and Elves, you have other or Moxen, like Lucas does. It breaks the symmetry of that card, so it's pretty good. Yeah. I like to build 2 Pendlehaven as well to go with his little 1/1s. It's a nice touch. Little extra damage. Yeah.
Weak against City in bottle though, isn't it? You got 4 Arnhems, 3 Serendib, 3 City of Brass.
It would be weak to that. All he has is 1 counter spell. I think he ran more counter spells last time in another previous month, and we said that was probably there to help against City. Now he's down to 1. Maybe he just didn't encounter it. He's got a couple of disenchants, but it'd still blow up, possibly 2 for 1 or 3 for 1 by the time you play that disenchant on it. So yeah.
Yeah.
But here he is. He's in the top
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 four.
four. Top four. Yeah. So congrats, Lucas. Next we had Troy Drinkard again. I think the black red troll aggro.
I think he just
Or this
released
is somebody
a
else.
video actually, didn't he, Troy?
Oh, it was Joe Beccia last time. This is Troy Drinkard. This is a little different build.
I like the Arg Raiders actually. Something slightly more aggressive, isn't it? You got the Arg Raiders, got witches to deal with all those Javelineers and Savannah Lions and orders. Not orders actually. Doesn't deal with the order.
I think he wanted to go less double black here, and because he has more red in the deck, and he's got double black already with hymns and witches. I think he just wanted a card that could be cast for a single black, maybe, and it, like you said, it's somewhat aggressive.
What do you think about the Triskelion, the one of in the sideboard?
Pretty random, but there are decks that it's amazing against, like Wingy decks. He's got 3 dark rituals to help cast. No, he's got 4.
Oh yeah, he's got 4. Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense.
I like the Blood Moons, the Glooms. Yeah, I mean it's a pretty solid list actually, isn't it? Shatterstorm as well.
No sinkholes, just blood moons. So there you go.
Yeah, and then he's got 2 in the main and 2 in the side, so he can bring more in if he wanted to.
Yeah, he made top 4, so pretty good deck. Black red troll decks, pretty good, or just troll any color with troll. We've seen 4 color. A lot of them been doing well. Finals, here we are finally. Victor Osterberg with Lion Bolt. Here he is. We've seen him several months before. It might be the same type of list.
Yeah, he played the Ancestral last time, played the Time Walk, played the Factories, I think, actually, last time. I think it's pretty much the same, to be honest with you, mate.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how he's only gone for 2 Disenchant as well. Like, sometimes when you play more than 2, they can just be dead. Like, you really want to have, like, either creatures or damage, in your hand. It kind of feels a bit... And this is the 12 bolt deck as well. He's got the chains and the bolts and the Psionic Blast.
12 bolt, yep.
So
only 1 swords as well.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes you don't want to play too many swords because the premise of this deck is the you don't want to be giving them life.
Right.
So yeah, I think this is a very good build actually.
It is, yeah. 1 falling star, 1 fireball instead of more swords for removal. So
I like the black voice in the sideboard.
2
Disenchant. Yeah, I like that. You know what? I really like Dust to Dust against those artifact decks. 3 mana to blow out 2 artifacts. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Maybe having that. Cool. But yeah, I like this deck a lot, mate. It's really sweet.
Yeah, he's done well with it. So, and here we are. He's in the finals against Brandon Eccles on a pink weenie with black splash for Abyss. Now, what do you think about this?
So he's playing Juggernaut. I love this. More Juggernaut.
With Abyss, yeah.
And then he's obviously paying the Pump Knights and the White Knights. 4 Javelin here, but you don't really care about that because once they've done their job and killed something, hopefully, you don't really care about losing them to the Abyss. Yeah, I think this is a really sweet list. Is that a presence? What is that?
That is a Wall of Light, 1/5 protection from black.
Oh, nice.
This won't kill it. It's a 1/5 wall for 3 mana.
Yeah, and it survives against the Abyss.
Yep.
Got the library. Got the fireballs. Yeah, really sweet list, mate. Like, the Ivory Tower's cool. Black Vice in the sideboard. Falling Star. Yeah, I like that list a lot, actually. 2 books in the main as well.
Yeah, he knocked me out. Yeah, grats to Brandon here. Brandon Eccles winning tournament 53.
54.
54. Yeah, thank you. And he knocked me out of the I want to say semifinals with, or maybe it was top 8 with this deck. And Wall of Light came down and I couldn't burn it and I couldn't really attack with my L's or one. I had a tough time getting through Wall of Light. I think I had to fireball a Wall of Light for 5. And the Abyss was a wrecking ball. Even though Living Plane can blow it up, um, I don't know. It just didn't work out. He managed to get an Abyss down for a while. He may have blew up my Living Plane with the Abyss. I'm not sure, but I remember he drew 4 bolts against me pretty early after I dropped Living Plane, and that was a problem. So yeah, he did well. Abyss Knights, right? All the pro black creatures and the Abyss for the win. So
obviously doesn't destroy the Juggernauts either, does it? So
and you don't care if it kills these Javaners. They've already done their job.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I said, yeah, as soon as they've lost that token, they don't want to, as long as they killed a Savannah or something with it, then they don't really care, do they?
No,
Mate, really solid list here, and some really sweet decks that give me food for thought, actually. Like, maybe the next deck that I'm going to build for Tournament 63.
Well, Terry, I probably yapped long enough. Did you have any more comments before we sign off for the evening?
No, mate, I just want to say big thanks for you. Obviously, you put a lot of effort into this, mate, and you've really done really well on getting the pictures together. I know some people have been saying in the on the YouTube comment section, or can you share it to the Facebook Xpoints page? But we'll obviously release these videos, and then obviously with your permission, maybe once we've released all of the videos, it's up to you. Maybe we can then share the documents with people, and then they can look at it at their own.
Share the link for everybody if they want to look at the spreadsheets after we're done making these podcasts, and that way they can research and do more research themselves on their own free time.
Yeah. Cool. So, all right, mate. Well, that's the end of this video. Thank you very much, Tim. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video, guys. Don't forget to give the video a like. It does help get the video noticed. And don't forget to subscribe. You take care, guys. Bye-bye.